Check, check, mic, mic, one, one, two, two. If anyone replays this, that's gonna be pretty funny, but crazy looking sunset. It was just raining like 20 minutes ago. I don't know if you can hear me. I've been having audio issues like crazy with the phone lately. I tried to go live a while ago, I don't know, like a week ago, and no one could hear me, so auto is perfect. I also tried to go. I hope you're doing well, Chicago West. I also tried to go live earlier on StreamYard, like scheduled it ahead of time and everything, but StreamYard was having technical difficulties, or I was. I don't know. But what did I name that? Oh, 2 years and some change, because I'm just over 2 years and some change clean. And almost off of methadone. I think I'll be off in the next 2 months, I want to say. Yeah, I really haven't been making many videos lately. I've just been, I don't know, trying to work on myself. Not necessarily work on myself, but I don't find purpose, I guess, in life. Like, I gained 20 pounds also. But there's still a lot more work to be done, right? Like, there's a lot of health issues that were neglected over the years. Not just my like the fact that I need dental work done and shit, but there's other stuff like the internal stuff. When you're an intravenous addict for over a decade of your life straight, a lot of damage is done. So that needs to be corrected, I guess. But I try to, it's crazy. I go to bed during the week by like 9 o'clock, no lie. But I'm up every morning at like 3:30, 4 o'clock. I go to the gym, try to be there by 5. It's usually by like 10 past I'm there. And then I have to leave the gym by 6 o'clock. I started running. I quit smoking cigarettes a while ago, so I started running. I can, right before I had an issue with an abscessed tooth, um, I had ran 4 miles, and then my tooth started acting up again, and I ran 2 miles the first day, and then the next day it was just all swollen and all bad, and I couldn't run at all. But if anyone had asked me, like, say, like, just 4 or 5 months ago, whether I would be running at the daily and going to the gym every single morning before work, I have to leave the gym by 6 o'clock for an hour drive into work. It's boring, honestly, to tell you the truth. The monotony is the thing that needs to be filled with something else. Because going from a life of straight chaos to just monotony of waking up, going to the gym, and going to work, like, that's not what life is all about. And I understand that. But I need to correct a lot of financial issues that I neglected over the years and health issues, which cost money. So I'm just trying to stack as much as I can while the getting's good. I only have like 36 more payments on this truck. Nobody said it was going to be easy. But I also I also have faith that I was allowed to survive as long as I did for a reason. Like, there must be a purpose to that. Well, I know there's I don't know the purpose per se, but I know that I've had experiences with the Holy Spirit that have led for me to be affirmations that there's a greater purpose to all this, like, and I play my role in it just as much as the next person plays their role in it. It's whether you want to play, which role do you want to play? And most often it's the difficult way. That's the way that's going to be the most rewarding in the long run. Doing the unpopular thing. Going against the grain. The crowd will survive, but only those who walk away will truly live. And you know, I think I've been guilty of getting caught up in some of the rat race, if that's what we want to call it. And I've also been my own worst enemy, but that all happened for a reason. That's just set, like, coal, like diamonds are made out of coal and pressure and deep under the ground in darkness. And I buried myself, I guess you could say. Addiction is a weird thing. Once your brain is rewired for doing a certain thing and repeating that certain thing for the dopamine hit and chasing that, it's kind of a weird perspective to have. The instant gratification that is being thrown at people in this world is like at an all-time high. And it's tough sometimes to, at least not for me, but I understand how I go through different like chapters. Like at times I won't even touch my phone for a while. I won't be in touch with social media, won't watch the news, nothing. But I also think that I've lived the parallel of that where I had my phone in my hand every second of the day. I don't know, it's a blessing and a curse to have your eyes opened the way that I did. I'll take the blessing with the curse, though. I'd rather have the feeling of that blessing. Sky looks crazy right now. What's up, Teresa? Thank you. There's tons of birds flying around. I don't know if my camera can even pick them up. Or if you actually, they're all bats. You hear them? I'm on top of a big hill right now, and there's like a whole bunch of bats circling around. It's kind of spooky. Not spooky, but I mean, it's energetic, because if you think about it, all these bats, they're using sonar. And they're like putting vibrations out into the air. Energy, basically, right? It's kind of weird how they're all concentrated in this one area, though. And then I uploaded the duck video the other day. That was from like a week and a half ago. But that's the beauty of this world, you know? Just experiencing things like this, getting outside, enjoying it. I remember my father used to tell me, he'd be like, why you always gotta make everything so complicated? And you don't have to. You can make everything the simple things in life. Like, that's what's enjoyable. But the devil is real and evil is real as well. I've experienced both sides. And I'm easily tempted to go back to that dark side at times. It's crazy. I know what choice I want to make, but it's not the easiest choice at times. It's like a constant reminder that needs to be given to myself that it's easy to slip back. But by catching momentum and moving forward on a consistent basis and making it a consistent basis, that's what's been working for me. But I always have like these little speed checks and shit like that, like me getting my abscess tooth. I think that was a big lesson. It was the third time the same tooth has been infected. Like, all right, Bride, do something about your fucking oral health here, right? Pause. It's been a while. I need a good shakeup and feeling uncomfortable. Chicago West, that's what I literally try to do on a daily basis. Like, when I wake up in the morning, I don't want to go to the gym. Like, my mind is I'm fighting my mind first thing in the morning, but I'm also learning how to put my mind into a state of calm where it's like, okay, I'll just kind of go through things with a different perspective, a more positive perspective. But I think that's what's exciting about life too, is being able to challenge ourselves with difficult things and challenges that we don't think it, like, your mind might say, I can't do that, but that's just a limiting belief. Like, the mind is such a powerful thing when given the gift, when God's allowed to enter it and be part of it and use our soul as an instrument, I want to say. Well, I think recognizing that is the first sign of being able to change. All it takes is a mustard seed of freaking an idea to plant change in someone's mind. Someone once told me, I hope you should get on methadone, because I kept on talking about getting on methadone. And that's what I ended up doing in the long run. I didn't do it right away, but it planted that seed and that idea in my head. And even though it didn't go to plan at all, I was still successful in getting off of intravenous drugs and ultimately about to be off of opiates altogether. Which, for anyone that's seen me in real life, the limited few that might be listening on here, they can vouch for you. My body's minefield of scars. Hi, George. How are you? It is and it isn't though, Chicago West, because I can also see the different perspectives. Them bats are still flying around. I can also see the different perspective of like, okay, congratulations, you haven't done drugs. Like normal people don't take things to the extreme that hardcore addicts do. So it's like I understand both perspectives. I try to put myself in different people's shoes to understand from where they might be coming from. For someone that didn't do any intravenous drugs in their life, they can't comprehend what a pat on the shoulder for not getting high for a week or 2 weeks or something like that would be. There's like a disconnect there. But I feel like being the person that I am and having the spiritual awakening that I had, I have like a sensitivity where I could kind of see things from different perspectives. But like I said earlier, it's kind of a blessing and a curse. Because I know I shouldn't be masking those feelings, but it's still tempting to. What's up, Ms. Metal? Good to see you. I hope you're well, Billy. Yeah, it's crazy. There's tons of bats flying around up here, too. I don't know if the audio will pick them up or anything like that, but it was raining earlier and I was driving on the way back home and figured I'd stop up here on the hill, record for a little bit live. Yeah, it's peaceful up here. On top of a big hill. Hope all is well with you. But I don't know, it's when life hits with the parallels and the synchronicities, it's can be, at least for me, overwhelming, and that's kind of goes into more of the blessing and curse I was talking about earlier. But I don't know. Yeah, it was very warm out here today. It was like 70 degrees. I was in shorts and a t-shirt at one point. I regretted wearing jeans. I was dog sitting for the dog sitters, basically. So I took the dog for a walk, and I was regretting wearing jeans earlier. But like the people on yeah, maybe by June. I don't know. It's I think spring is right around the corner. Like this upcoming week's not supposed to be too warm here from what I've seen, but the week after, it's supposed to be very nice. So I got Chef Boyardee. No, I'm just kidding. What did I have for dinner earlier? I ate like a sandwich, and I've been eating a ton. I put on 20 pounds since I've been staying up here. And like I was saying earlier, I go to the gym, and I try to go every single morning. Well, I do go every single morning before work. The weekends are kind of like, haven't really gotten into the swing of things with that. But discipline and little steps forward add up to a great distance with consistency in the right direction. Yeah, maybe. Memorial Day. I don't know. I just try to, for myself, I take things day by day. I feel like sometimes life starts to swing pretty hard just when I start to get momentum going forward. But hey, that's life sometimes. It's not about what happens to you, it's about how you react to what happens. Life's going to happen. Joe, what's going on, bro? Long time no see. No, I'm not in the Berkshires. Kinda in the North Shore. Northern Massachusetts. No, definitely not near Holyoke, bro. Hope all is well. There's bats up in the sky, though. Greetings to the tick. Tick season's exceptionally bad this year in Massachusetts. Yeah, I'm good. I'm actually about to get off of methadone in the next couple months, I believe. I got the okay from the clinic to basically be done and receive a certificate of completion upon whenever if I want to stop right now at the milligrams I'm at, I can. I'm still dropping a milligram every week. I'm at 7 every other week. I'm at 7 right now. Yes, it has. I've been doing a lot of hiking to tell y'all the truth, and in the woods, been finding a lot of like ticks on especially the dog after getting out of the woods and whatnot. Always got to check him. But I pulled one off my sweatshirt the other day, and then before that, one off my pants. And that was within like a 1 week period. Billy, have a good night. I'm glad you stopped by. Thank you. Can you tell me what the difference between methadone and Suboxone is? Not really, because I'm not a doctor or a chemist or anything like that. Suboxone has what? Buprenorphine and Subutex in it, right? And it's an opiate antagonist or agnostic or something like that. Blocks out, it puts a barrier around your opiate receptors and knocks any sort of opiate off of that, correct? And then methadone is just a straight up opiate. I consider methadone to be like the liquid pink handcuffs. And it's not as bad as it used to be, like pre-COVID. I was never on the clinic pre-COVID, but from what I heard of friends that I used to run with that were on the clinic and whatnot, it was horrible. But they kind of lessened up all their restrictions and everything when COVID happened and stuck with that. Like, I get to do meetings over the phone and stuff like once a month. It's not like this once a week stuff that they used to do. But I'll be happy to be off of it. That was the ultimate goal. And I guess that's why I kind of been neglecting my health also for a while. Was because I feel like methadone alone is a detriment to health, teeth. Um, for me, I couldn't be on it long term. I wouldn't want to be on it long term. Maybe it's a surrendering to the process thing that I can't really wrap my head around. I don't know. I've always had an issue with authority, I guess. And control, not really control, more of authority. Not wanting to be told what to do. And it's not like I ever really had a plan on what I wanted to do in place of being told of what not to do. It was just no, I didn't want to be told what to do. But that's like the behavioral shit that comes out that came out once I was able to get clean enough to be clear-headed and have these thoughts and feelings come back in, you know? The benefits of getting clean for real. But the fact of the matter is also you got to pay the piper. I fucking danced with death for over a decade of my life. No lie. Willingly. Like, I invited that shit in. And that's why I knew, like, in the process of me having my awakening, that there was like a fight basically over my soul. Did you have run-in with the cops back in the day, or did you always stay out of their view? No, I was involved with the police in the town that I grew up in. Had me on their radar from very early on, because my first DUI that I got in my hometown with a stolen vehicle that I didn't end up getting pressed charges with the stolen vehicle was when I was a minor and didn't even have a license, a driver's license. I had my learner's permit and got my first DUI. So yeah, I was on their radar from very early on. And that wasn't even like the stage being set. Like, there had already been instances before that. Not necessarily chargeable offenses, just like little typical teenage run-ins. That was kind of, yeah, I guess that was kind of the first time that they were really like, okay, this kid's just a fucking menace. So it was the short side of the long story is that it was a friend of mine's father's vehicle, and I took it without his permission and crashed it and got a DUI and shit. But there wasn't charges pressed because he didn't choose to press charges on a stolen vehicle for me or anything like that, you know. They gave him that. I don't know how that was worked out or whatever, but I'd have to look at the paperwork. This was when I was 16 years old. I'm 41 years old right now, you know. And I'd have to do some digging for some records. But I know I had my first OUI offense. This was even before Melanie's Law was in effect. Melanie's Law had not been passed through. So I had that. There was running from the police because after I crashed and the cops showed up, I ran from them. So there was like eluding or whatever. There were a total of 4 charges. So the DUI, the running or eluding, I think it was like a marked lanes violation or whatever. All the things that come along with the DUI. I had to go to driver alcohol education courses with a bunch of grown men when I was 16 years old. And that wasn't even the first time I had to go to that. I had to go through the course again. But well, yeah, he was. He was a pretty bad alcoholic himself. And that also kind of had an effect on him too, where I think it sent him into a little bit of a spiral himself. Who knows, maybe he saw something in I was friends with his son until that happened. But Jello, it was good talking to you, bro. The ceiling is infinity tonight. Doesn't need to be painted. But y'all have a good night. I appreciate everyone that stopped in, gave a thumbs up, gave a thumbs down, whatever. Yeah, you as well. Peace.